Crayola Scoot. This is a real game that exists. I just want to pause here for a second to let that soak in. During the midst of a global pandemic, when people are in the streets rioting in America, and over 40 million people are out of work, I was inside playing a game called Crayola Scoot, a scooting game made by the company that makes crayons. And frankly, eating those crayons might be a better pastime than playing this game, or maybe shoving them up your nose, or doing one of those pieces of art where you melt crayons and they all run into some shape or something, or using them to stab out your eyes. Crayola Scoot is made by Climax Games, creators of all your favorite games, such as, but not limited to, the Meet the Robinsons game, or something called Nicktoons Unite, which looks really good. The game is basically a combination of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but with scooters, much cooler, obviously, and Splatoon. Half of the game modes involve you hitting some sort of trick or trigger in order to send your colored splooge flying around the map. And the other half involve you just doing normal skateboarding game things, like playing Scoot, you know, the scooting version of Skate, or Horse, or trying to do high scores through doing as many tricks as you can in the allotted time. To start off with, the game is legitimately hard on hard. Like, it didn't seem like a kid's game. I might have walked into the game too confident. The last game I played like this was probably Tony Hawk's American Wasteland when I was in the 7th grade, so I might have been a little bit rusty. Now, since this game is clearly marketed towards children, I expected the difficulties to be built around them and their tiny little thumbs. I was wrong, apparently. I mean, if a 15-year-old can win over $1 million playing Fortnite, I guess I should set my expectations for children higher. I lost every single event for the first few hours I played because I was playing on hard, and because, frankly, I did not understand the mechanics of the game, because I'm stupid. I was paying attention during the tutorial, but once you realize that boosting is the god of this game, everything becomes a whole lot easier. Crayola Scoot, tips and tricks. In order to be good at this game, you basically just flail around on the right thumbstick and your player throws himself around on the screen, and then you grind a lot, and that's a sick combo. You have to boost in between your tricks to keep your combo going, but that's the only thing that takes any skill. Next thing you know, you're going to be hitting combos worth 74,000 points, which I think is a lot for this game. You basically cannot crash unless you just randomly scoot into a wall for no reason, or if you hold the trick button for too long. I seem to run into the wall a lot, and that was no fun. Sometimes you head up a ramp to hit a trick, and your character just decides to go flying off in a random direction. When a game is supposed to be vaguely about precision, it sort of feels like it takes the skill away from the player and makes it feel totally random. It can cause frustration, and I did scream fuck a lot at this game, especially towards that cat bitch witch lady. She can just burn in hell. I suppose by the end of my playthrough I did find some satisfaction in the tricks, but every other game type is painful. They tried to invent some party games around scooting, splooging, color, but it didn't really work. All those game types are big weak points. I tended to avoid them rather than them being something I would sit down and play with my friends if I was 12 and had nothing better to do with my time, and if I had any friends. They have Color Frenzy and Team Color Frenzy, where you try to do tricks to spray your goo all over the map, and whoever covers the most wins. This is a ripoff of Splatoon. It's supposed to be the flagship mode of the game that's supposed to set it apart from, you know, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. But frankly, it's pretty shitty. The mechanics of what actually covers the most surface is never actually clear, so you just have to guess. It's not fun. You just do a lot of tricks, and sometimes that works and you win, and then sometimes it doesn't. You can hit these trigger things, but it doesn't seem like they actually help that much. It just felt really random and out of my control. No matter how many combos or tricks or whatever I did, my percentage of coverage on the map would always be the exact same. This one was a big miss for me. Oh well. At least they had Crayon Chase. In Crayon Chase, you have to pick up the randomly spawning crayons first. It's pure luck, and the computer will repeatedly crash into you since this is the only game mode where contact is on. You have to hope and pray that you are in the right spot in order to win, and turning precisely in this game is like trying to copy Picasso with crayons. You can try, but it's not going to be exact. It will make you question your existence and why you are wasting your time and money on a game made by a crayon company. There's another game mode called Splat. It's just tag, and it sucks too. Each of the games lasted less than a minute, and there was nothing noteworthy about them. Finally, there's Trick Run, and that's pretty fun. It's pretty standard for a game like this, but why try and reinvent the wheel? Whenever this game tried to do that, it always just ended up falling flat. Another issue I have is more of a question. Why does every game have a hub world as a menu? What's the point of that? It adds extra loading time into the game and serves literally no purpose. If this was Destiny, I kinda understand the design choice, but this is a fucking scooter game for kids. They built a hub world into the core of the game. It only stands in the way of more scooting, which is clearly what we all want most in the world. You can have menus and not have it be boring. The purpose of a hub world seems totally lost in this game. There's also a random tagging feature in the game. I'm not really sure what it does. I guess it's supposed to add to the replayability of the game and of the map as you discover where these different graffiti spots are. But that didn't work because I seriously doubt anybody ever cared. You don't get extra coins or experience or anything. So it's just for the fun of it, I guess. So, neat. Thanks for that addition, Climax Games. Some positives. The cel-shaded graphics are fine, I guess. But the repetitive animations and game modes take away from anything unique. But at its core, the game does look good. I'm a sucker for any stylized graphics, rather than something that's going for hyper-realism. This game wouldn't make any sense if it was a hyper-realistic scooting game, so I appreciate that they did something different with the graphics at least. The boss battles in the game are based around a game of Scoot. The difficulty arises quickly and makes you feel bad about yourself until you figure out how to randomly mash the thumbstick, and then you win easily. At first, you could just grind in a big circle, and then that would score more points than any of the bosses that you were going to compete against. But later on, you just had to figure out how to combo, and then it became really easy. I only really struggled with the Witch Lady, but when I figured out the combo system, it was a cakewalk. Fuck you, Witch Lady. I did get frustrated at random points, playing a game about scooters. I questioned my life many times while playing this game, and that's pretty sad. Finally, however, and most importantly of all, take care of yourself out there. This world is a crazy place, and there's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. We all need something that we can rely on. For me, it was knowing that I can play shitty kids games and record them for YouTube money, and also for those sweet, sweet achievement points. But, oh wait, the achievements didn't work. Fix the fucking game, Crayola! What the fuck are you doing? I cannot believe this shit! 0 out of 10!